Are you struggling with hair loss? Well, before you give up and start rocking that bald look, get yourself a box of Novaxidil. It's the only clinically proven triple action hair loss treatment on the market. It has 5% minoxidil, which is the gold standard for regrowth. But minoxidil alone will not prevent further loss. For that, Novaxidil uses DHT blocker ketoconazole with added nicotinamide, vitamin K, biotin, and collagen peptides. Basically, every single ingredient you could possibly think of in one product. So stop rubbing peppermint oil behind your ears and get something that works. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Novaxidil.
Better. What's up, dude?
Hey guys.
How you feeling, Dorian?
Oh, Big Dorian, what's up?
Stop trying to show your penis. I know what you're doing, freak.
I'm not wearing pants.
Well, as long as Bo doesn't do that, we're good. That's all right.
Right.
Yo, so what happened with? Go ahead, Dorian. What were you gonna say?
So I've got a suggestion for Bo.
Okay.
His dong
Yeah.
is throwing off his aesthetics. To hold that in place so he looks like a normal human.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I went to the Tampa Pro one year and I sit in the crowd
Dude,
and Bo goes on stage and ain't nobody talking about his fucking physique.
Yeah.
No. So
we're talking.
we to tuck that thing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he'll place better.
Oh, you just jumped in on this. Let me fill you in on what's going on, what you've missed for sign in late. So Dorian has noticed that your aesthetics are slightly off due to the fact that your penis is so distracting that people immediately just eye for that. So we have two ideas for you. You could do a tuck. You could tuck it like they do on what was it, Silence of the Lambs, or to perform a late circumcision where they're going to cut half of it off, which will bring it back down to normal size.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling them I was at Tampa Pro one year when you were competing, and I'm sitting in the audience, and ain't nobody talking about your physique. They're distracted, Bo.
No, see, but you got to look at it. If I win, that'll be a plus for the Ifbb.
Really?
Listen, think about it.
Okay.
All about a marketing game. Jason, hey, think about a marketing game. Bo win the 212 Olympia.
Right.
What they gonna talk about? What's gonna bring them in the most?
The chicks.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll give them something really to talk about, man. Did y'all see this guy? They don't even know who I am, but did y'all see this guy who won this? You know what I'm saying? It's a marketing thing, man. They want to make some money.
You know,
You're
always
fair.
thinking,
He had
Bo.
3 legs.
Yeah.
Hey.
King Bo.
They call me kickstand at the gym.
Yeah, I had a girl call me kickstand once, but I had to pay her to say it.
Look, I did Tampa 3 years, and they never won. I played second, placed third, placed second. I'm like, nah, forget this. It's over with.
Well, you won the New York Pro, though, right?
Yeah, I won New York.
What are you going to do that show again this year, or you don't know?
No, I'm got my eye on another one.
All right.
So,
Luke, where are
Look,
you?
if you think we could see you, you're out of your mind.
Smile, Luke.
Well,
There you
no,
go.
I'm on the way to work.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, gentlemen?
Yeah. God damn. You guys ever think about like the biggest pair of titties you ever had in your life, and then you're like, man, what I wouldn't give to just have a crack at those titties one more time? That ever happened to you guys?
No.
Nah.
No.
I'm an ass man.
God damn. Guess it's just me then. You know, not for nothing.
Never mind.
Everybody says they don't like big titties, but you go on a girl's Instagram who's got big titties, she's got 500,000 followers.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
They're all you. They're
I'm
all people like you.
So yeah, I know they're all animals like me. What were we gonna say, Bo?
gonna look at them titties now. And I'm gonna, hey, whoever around me, I'm gonna tell them, hey, look.
Yeah.
I don't care, a man or woman around me. Look, I'm gonna tell you, look.
Oh yeah. I had this when I was younger. I hung out with this girl. She had giant titties, right? But her nipples were like she had 3 like nipples in the middle of the areola. Like instead of normal girls have 1, she had like 3. It was like a
Damn.
yeah. It was like a plug.
Really?
Yeah.
I should have a look at charm right there.
Yeah, it freaked me out, man. It was like It was like it was. I didn't go back after the. There's like she had some kind of fucking, fucking disorder. Or
Deformity.
something like that. Yeah, it was just weird nipples. It was just,
Did you call her again after that?
No. No. I never went back. I would bug the fuck out. You know what she made me do? I'll never forget it. She made me buy cat food.
For a pussy?
She had her own apartment. She had cats. Hey? Yeah, she had her own. I'll
You had
never
to feed her pussy.
Yeah, she had her own apartment. She had cats, and we were gonna hang out. And she actually said to me, when I was going over there, she goes, "Can you do me a favor and pick up cat food before you get here?" And I was like, "Okay." When you're on your way to possibly getting some pussy, you'll
Do anything.
yeah. I'm like, cat food. Yeah, of course I'll pick up cat food. And I bought her like a whole thing of cat food. Like, hey, look.
Did you buy her dinner too?
What did we do? I don't think we went out. I think we just hung out at her place.
So you
Yeah.
had to
So
feed her
cat
and
food was
her
the
cat.
price. The cat food was the price that I paid for her freakishly strange nipples.
There's always a price somehow, right?
I really feel like these things happen to other people, but I'm the only one who talks about it. I
No.
really do. I really think like Dorian has had like a girl with one big titty and one small titty, and
I've known a girl with 2 tits and like an accessory titty over here.
what the fuck?
Oh, that's a keeper right there.
What do you mean an accessory titty? What is that?
It's like a little flap skin with a nipple thing on it.
Sweet Jesus.
This was
Really?
not my girlfriend. This was a friend of a friend who told me about the tri-tit.
What kind of
Well-
bra did you wear?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a girl on OnlyFans that actually has two snatches. It's like it's a disorder, and one is fully functional. The other one's just a disorder. It's just a fucking freak thing that happened.
Well,
And-
I heard of something like similar to that, but
Yeah.
apparently she could get pregnant through either one.
Really?
That's ringing a bell for some reason.
Yeah, you might be right. I haven't looked it up in a couple of years since I heard that shit. So, but I do remember when I used to do news on my other channel, we reported on the fucking OnlyFans chick with two snatches. Snatch.
Vagina.
Vagina.
Shit. I don't know. You guys are fucked up. I got fucked up.
Oh, you've been knighted or you went to Burger King. Which one is it?
Oh, this was my nephew had a birthday. His real name is King, and they be calling me King, so hey, I put it on.
There you go.
King Bo. That actually has a good ring to it.
Yeah.
You know what they
King Dingling.
King, King
Dude,
Dom.
we're quick tonight. Shit.
Yeah. Bo's taking a beating. I have a new nickname at work today, actually. I was re-nicknamed. My name at work is Johnny Two Shits.
Why?
Because every time, as soon as I get to work, I take a shit. I don't know why. So every time I'm in the locker room, before I get dressed, I'm taking a shit. So they think I just shit constantly. So they just started calling me Johnny Two Shits. Before that, I was Johnny Bullbag. That was a good
Why
one.
is that?
I don't know. That one just rolled off the tongue. The truth is, you
Your
can put
head
anything
look-
after Johnny, really.
Because your head
No.
looks like testicles?
yeah. Johnny Bullbag, Johnny Jism.
I don't want to know about that one.
But the Johnny Two Shits is a pretty good one. But anyway, all right. So I did a whole rant on the new rule. Well, the 3-year, IFB.
Hey, dude, explain that to me.
All right. So basically, what happens is, like, let's say Dorian decides he's not going to compete anymore, right? And he doesn't pay his dues for 3 years. If you don't pay your dues for 3 years, they take the IFBB card, your status away completely. And in order for you to get the card again, you have to requalify. So he would have to go through the whole process over again.
So if you give up what if you're injured? What if there's an what if something happens? Like I'm sure there's
Might be exceptions to the rule.
loopholes,
Well-
right? But
Yeah.
It's a money thing.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's
These guys that are not competing and not buying the pro cards.
That's
You
it.
can buy the pro card every year and maintain your pro status.
Yeah.
But if you buy it for 3 years, you lose it.
That's right.
What was the argument where they're saying you got to take it out of your name?
No,
Like,
can't nobody make you do that. They don't own.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't hear
can't.
that.
What do they say?
That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
That's right. I saw Chris Camara put a post up, and he was talking about, would you take it out of your name? Like, dude, I'm never competing again. I don't have IFBB Pro as part of my name tag anyway.
Yeah.
But and maybe I heard him wrong, but it seemed like he was insinuating that you couldn't even use it in your Instagram profile or something like that. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
They don't own the name pro. You can be a pro football player, pro basketball player, and put pro in front of your name. They don't own that word.
IFBB Pro.
They don't own that.
So what are they gonna do?
That's a good point. I don't know how that works.
They're gonna take down pictures of you when it get your pro card. They're gonna. What are they? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. That rule is.
I don't. They might have just been jumping the gun.
Dorian's right. It's a money grab. You know what I honestly think it is? You know, there are a lot of people that get pro cards, right? And majority. Let's be real. The majority of them don't amount to much as a pro because they're given out relatively easy, right? So I think it's the people like that are personal trainers. They put the IFBB Pro on their card, on their Instagram, and so on and so forth. And in order to keep that status, they want to keep the money, rolling in, right? That's what I think. Because the guys like Dorian and Luke and Bo, they're gonna pay it because they're gonna compete. It is what it is.
But those people still, at the end of the day, those people still paid for all the competitions leading up to getting their pro card.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can't say that they pay for it. You pretty much paid to get an IFBB Pro on your name. You paid for it. So I mean, it's not like they competed and it was free. It was free competition. They competed. I can understand if it was like that, but I mean, everybody pays.
Yeah.
So that's like older.
You know what I was thinking of? You know what kind of bodybuilders I was thinking of? Do you, Jay, remember Dom Trivellini? We had him on the show on muscular development. Well, he was a young guy. He turned pro real young, like in his early 20s or something like that. But he walked away. You remember him, right? Yeah. So he walked away from bodybuilding. I think he had married. He had got a kid. He was concentrating on business and so on and so forth. So he walked away from bodybuilding. But what if because he's a young guy, like in his early, what if 5 years from now, 7 years from now, whatever, he decides, you know what? I still have that in me. I've never been on a pro stage before. I want to see how I would do on that pro stage. So now he's got to fucking go through the whole.
Well, I'm sure
qualify all over again.
I'm sure you could petition. See, I'll tell you guys something that not many people currently might even know about or remember. But back when my era of bodybuilders, even though you won the USA or the Nationals, you didn't automatically get your pro card.
Okay.
So you have to send a letter into the NPC and you have to petition for it. Now, everybody got one that won. That was a thing. But if they wanted to deny somebody, they could say, we're not going to let you in, even though you just won the Nationals or the USA. So at that point, I'm not sure if it ever changed the exact law or stipulations, but it wasn't guaranteed you got your pro card just because, like, you could have won and done something stupid and said, dude, we don't, you set a house on fire and hurt somebody.
You got arrested.
Sorry, dude, you're not welcome in. You would have to send a letter to Jim Mannion and the NPC. Hey, I just won the Nationals. I'm eligible for pro status. Would you accept me in the IFBB?
Right.
And that was the process.
It was a lot more difficult back then, man. It was a lot more,
it's still that way though.
Oh, really?
I know a lady, y'all. I'm talking about true story. I know a lady competed and at a national quarterfly, you know what I'm saying? Won. Didn't get her pro card because when she go to send her little letter in or whatever, they said it wasn't enough competitors there.
What?
It ain't her fault.
What did they say?
There wasn't another competitor in her division that was there, but it's not her fault.
Yeah, right.
I heard of that, Bo. I heard that story.
I heard that too.
So,
Yeah.
so if you're a woman bodybuilder and you go into the nationals and there's only one woman bodybuilder in your class, they,
I think in her
It
case,
ain't your fault.
in her
So
case,
that
she just
wasn't the
involved.
IFBB, was it? It was
It was her
I-
turn pro. She was her earning her pro card.
in the IFBB though.
Yeah.
Oh, because I heard a story. I thought it was a different organization, but maybe I was wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? Look, I think the IFBB does a lot of good for bodybuilding. It gives it structure. It gives you rules and regulations. It is probably the most structured niche sport out of all the niche sports. You know, arm wrestling, bodybuilding, strongman, powerlifting. You know, it is what it is. You know.
But it still need to be mainstream though.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're just really like just looking to line their pockets. And it's fine to want to make money, but they look to line their pockets in the easiest way possible. Like every couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
I don't look, somebody like me, I'm 44 years old. I'm getting to the point where I need to stop because
Yeah.
the left side of my heart beats at 75%. I can't put on weight like a Nick Walker, 300 pounds, and walk around. I'm knocking on death's door. I have to, at some point I have to stop. So when you stop, or when you get older, you get too old for a sport, you stop. What, they want you to keep paying, or you're not a pro anymore? That's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Where does it make sense? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
And do they do the same thing for the elite guys that retire? Like if Jay
Right.
if Jay Cutler right now didn't pay his fee since he retired from bodybuilding, is he not a pro anymore, or do they give special treatment to those guys?
Dude, look,
Is he no longer Mr. Olympia?
Right. Yeah.
no,
I
I don't think that's the
You
argument.
just call him Jay Cutler and not Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler.
yeah, right, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's a slippery slope.
I don't know if that's the argument. I think it's just if you don't pay in 3 years or if you don't use your pro status, then you're out. You got to start over again.
Yeah.
Like for me and other guys, like dude, we're retired, but I'm still an IFBB pro. I'm a retired IFBB pro.
Right.
I'm not active, but apparently now if I wanted to come back, I'd have to requalify again.
Yeah. Could you imagine having to requalify? You have to do an NPC show. You would do your own show. You would do Muscle Beach.
Yeah,
Like they got the Masters competition around now.
yeah.
Yo,
Say if you want to do the Masters, Phil Heath, I want to do the Masters Olympia.
Oh yeah.
Phil, he got to go back and get his pro card.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. Right.
I
Yeah,
got
that's
two
a good point.
examples of how this could be good or bad. So, example number one: Big Ramy hasn't competed in 3 years. He's Mr. Olympia. Does he have to come back and requalify?
Because he's talking about coming back. You're right.
Yeah. And
Well, I think
on the other end of the spectrum, I've got a friend here in town. His name's Greg Romero. And when he was an amateur, he was doing all these shows in the state and he was winning shows. It was great. He liked bodybuilding. But now he's a pro. He can't compete with these guys.
Right.
Ever since he was a pro, I mean, he basically has been getting his ass kicked at every show.
Yeah.
Not even placing. And he hates it because they don't have pro shows in the States. So this would give him an opportunity to go back down to the amateur level and be successful once again as an amateur.
Yeah.
So
I think the problem is, and I heard a few other people talking about it, is the problem is the IFBB as a business. They have all these pros and they're not using the pro status.
Mm.
So the way to get them to use their pro status, sell tickets, go to shows, do this, compete more, where the IFBB can make money off them, is to keep them active. But I think the root of the problem is they're giving out too many pro cards.
Yeah.
If you keep these guys amateurs, let them work a little harder to become pros. One, when they become a pro, they'll be ready to compete as a pro. Two, they're not going to be, hey, these one and dones. Hey, I got my pro card like Nick Trigili. Got his pro card and competed once as a pro and he's done. Oh, I reached my goal. That's all I wanted to do. But I think the answer to this problem, if it is a problem that they're dealing with, is stop watering down the pro status and let these guys earn it. Let them compete. Let them compete at the amateur level and the national level for a few years before they start giving away to the top two people, make it a little more difficult. And then you get your hardcore guys that, hey, I'm a pro, I want to compete. Because the guys that are taking second or winning the Masters and doing the Open and doing this and doing, dude, they're not hungry guys. They're not guys that really, they do it for the title.
Yeah. And you know
I
what?
want a
Yeah,
Masters.
Go ahead, say that again, Bo.
I won the Masters.
Yeah, there you go. Well, here's the thing, Jay. I agree with you 110%. I wish it would go back, but that they would lose too much money doing that.
But they already making money in the amateurs. Think about it.
Yeah.
You got to pay.
But
I think it's what $150 just say you want to do bodybuilding and classic physique. You know what I'm saying? You making money because each category you got the pay that you want to do. So they making money off amateurs regardless.
so the higher ups, you're talking about the NPC and the IFBB, right? So the promoter makes the money off the application fees, but the NPC would make the money off the NPC card each year.
Right.
So every year they want to be active, they have to renew it. The problem is these pro guys aren't renewing their pro cards.
Right.
So the way you combat that is keep them as amateurs and let them compete every year as an amateur until they get their pro status. Once they get it, hey, if now you want to compete in the pro level, you pay your dues, you do your thing, and you're done.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's their fault because I noticed at the pro show, they should do it the same way they do the amateur show. When it's time for check-ins, they make sure you paid. They don't do that at the pro show. You just check in and get your number, and that's
Really?
it. And no one checks to see if you paid your pro for your pro card. You just check in.
Yeah, but you
So
can't.
that's not
You can't
that's
get
not our fault.
person, though. You can't get a contract without
They
you
wouldn't
paying.
send you a contract unless you
Yeah,
paid your
yeah.
fee for the year.
You can't get it. You can't get a contract.
What,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't need to check you in.
How much is the yearly fee for the pro card now?
Three and some change, 300 and some change.
So really? Holy shit.
That's if you get the card. But if you do it like online and just do the printout, it's $275.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I
Where's
had
all
to go
this-
donate blood to get mine.
Where's all this money going?
But dude,
Is there an
it's-
is there an IFBB building that I'm not fucking?
But dude, if you
that
think
I'm-
about it, how many shows there are and how many active pros there are, it's not that much.
Jay, is it? I'm pretty sure the Manions work out of their house. I don't think they have a much overhead. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, well, actually, no, now it's a big organization, dude. There's a lot of there's a lot that goes behind this, and there's a lot of workers, and it's intricate, and now it's a business. But if you think about, what do we get? 20 pros in a bodybuilding show, and then you have the classic and this. So let's say there's 100 athletes on show day for, let's say, the New York Pro, right? Well, what is there? There's bodybuilding. They still have 212, right?
Yeah.
Pro, yeah.
They do figure.
Yeah.
They do bikini.
Yeah.
They do. What other girls do they have?
Figure, bikini.
They don't have
Men's classic, men's physique, right?
Wellness, yeah.
All right. So actually, So I take that back. They're getting a decent amount of competitors. All right.
Yeah, it's all.
And you got to look at it. Bikini and classic physique alone gonna show up more than 20 people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's at every show.
And men's physique too. Men's physique is like that's probably your most. I mean, I know it's an NPC show, but that's probably your most. Your Jay and your fucking Muscle Beach, men's physique is probably the most popular. I would assume, right?
No,
dude, it's weird.
That's
There's been,
classic.
well, dude, it's from application point of view.
Yeah.
There was years, and I'm talking years ago. Like bodybuilding was always dominant. There was always more bodybuilders. Then it became like bodybuilders, and now it's like an equal amount of men's physique. Then when classic hit, it kind of split them all up. But everybody crosses over. There's guys that do all three of them.
Yes.
And at my show, it's a local level national qualifier. You have guys that they're not sure what they want to do, where they pair well. So they get up on stage, their coaches are there, they look at them and, hey, you look better in classic, you look better in bodybuilding. Hey, your legs suck, you look better in physique, so they find out what they want to do. Once they get at the higher level, then they kind of pick one class. But it used to be a bodybuilding dominated scene. Now it's more like there's years where it flips. But yeah, dude, men's physique is kind of slightly ahead for the past few years.
You know what? I totally forgot to ask you this. Guy Del Corso, we know, passed away. And he was the guy that was running everything backstage in NPC shows and IFBB. Who's doing it now?
John Wenzel.
John, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he was Guy's right-hand man.
Yeah, they're
that
best
only
friends.
makes
Yep.
Yeah. They competed like.
And
in
John and I are close. John and I have a.
I met him a handful of
long
times. Seems
history.
like a really good dude.
Oh yeah,
He
he
was-
is.
Dude, here's a story. Him and I, we used to have dinner together every Sundays. Like we're both from Diamond Gym, and this is when I was with my ex and this and that. But he was the first person I called when I won the Nationals in Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He seems like
first
a good
person I
dude,
called.
man. I've met him, maybe a dozen times. We went to lunch together a couple of times because there were times I was working backstage before I did the podcast and whatnot. You remember I actually worked your show a couple of times.
My show with him too. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really nice dude. But I want to change. I want to change topics real fast now. So the other talking point that's going around the bodybuilding social media buzz is Nick Walker is going up against Martin Fitzwater in what show? Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
All right. Nick took kind of like the last 2 years where he didn't do the Olympia. The first year, the first year he got an injury, and last year nobody really can figure out why, he didn't do it. And then he did the New York Pro last year. He won, but it was very, very close. A lot of people thought Martin could or should have beat him. And Martin's only getting better. The one question I want: do you think that in the last couple of years of Nick's career, has it damaged his credibility or his reputation as a top tier bodybuilder? And the other thing is, do you think he's going to be able to beat Martin Fitzwater this time around? But let's go with the first question first. Anybody could jump in. I don't give a shit.
I think
Okay, Dorian, you take it. You take it.
Yeah, Dorian.
Nick Walker's too popular. You got a huge following. Right now he's sponsored by Raw. He's very valuable. So I don't see it tarnishing his reputation.
Okay.
So
Now-
I think were you still talking, Dorian? I'm sorry.
And
I don't know about tarnishing his reputation. I mean, nobody wants to see anybody go down with an injury, and he was days away from the Olympia. So
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
What happened last year still. I don't know if we all know the gist of it, or we know the whole backstory of it. But you've been absent from the stage now. This will be his third year, going into the Olympia. And this is the sport where, it's like out of sight, out of mind. I don't think once he's up there again, dude, it's Nick, dude. He's going to make an impression. He's going to
Yeah.
shock people. He's got that shock value. I don't think it hurt his credibility. And he's a hard worker. But what the excuse was last year for the Olympia was his body wasn't responding. But now he's with Raw. Jensen's there too. So who's he? Do we know who he's working with he's working with Kyle.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I mean,
which is-
Kyle knows him. I'm sure he'll dial him in, and I think when he's up there, it'll be a different game. But again, dude, and it's not like he took the years off. Like he was prepping for these shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If he was just, hey, dude, I'm coming back after a 2-year hiatus, then it's something else. But dude, he was weeks away,
Mhm.
days away from the Olympia 2 years ago, and a couple weeks away this year. So it's not like he's out of practice. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, Bo, what do you think?
It can hurt him for real. If you think about it, cause of him, how he came to New York. First of all, everybody know Martin beat him.
Right.
If you saying Martin didn't beat him, then you just a fan of Nick. You ain't a fan of bodybuilder, cause he lost his show at New York. Nick wasn't the Nick that we seen getting ready for the Olympia when he got hurt.
Yeah.
That wasn't the same Nick on stage. Waist wide, can't control it. Him hitting his abs and crunching his abs like he used to, he ain't have none of that. Legs were small. Martin was just the better bodybuilder that day. Know what I'm saying? So him not bringing that package like he used to New York hurt him. Then he missed this Olympia. That hurts.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? That hurt him. Only way he can get back now is he gonna have to bring us some. He gonna have to bring the Nick like he won the Honor Classic.
Yes.
He got to be freaking Nick.
Yeah.
Right now he big. He look a whole lot better right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying like a lot of people still on him about this stuff though. You know what I'm saying? So it did kind of hurt him though.
Luke, what do you think?
I don't think it hurt him because he's good for the sport.
Oh,
He's good for the
absolutely.
sport. Bodybuilding, they're gonna make sure he's generating money for the sport. So they're gonna make sure he's all right. They're gonna promote him the way they need to promote him and make sure it doesn't affect anything, especially the fact that he's making improvements and he still want to compete. He wants to compete. So it's I don't think it's gonna hurt him too much.
Yeah.
Him backing out.
Let me make one thing clear. I'm a huge Nick Walker fan. Okay, because I was always a fan of the freaks. I was always the Marcus Rule fan. I was always a fan of the freaky bodybuilders. So I'm a huge Nick Walker fan. Obviously, he's been on the show before, but I think I want to say I want to agree with Bo. I think he's on the edge. I think he's on the cusp. He is great for the sport. He's a moneymaker. There's no question about it. 100%. He's got a huge following. But I think if he doesn't bring it this year, and I think if Martin beats him, and Martin could very well beat him. Let's not kid ourselves. I think it can damage his credibility or his now if he comes on, like Bo said, like the Nick that won the Arnold Classic, and he's fucking dominant again. All right, that's fine. But I think you get to a point where he's borderline. I think he's borderline. I think
Yeah, he definitely has a lot to prove, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm sure.
I'm not counting him out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not counting him out. No way in hell. He's too young. He's too fucking impressive. You don't know what happened that second time around with Matt Jensen and his private life. You have no clue. And
I ain't counting him out either.
yeah, no, absolutely not. And you don't know. And you know what? It's nobody's business either that he didn't tell anybody what really happened, because maybe it was something significant. We don't know. But the truth is, if he doesn't bring it in 2025 like he did it like a few years back, I think it can hurt his credibility. I think it can, because for first few years when he was a pro, people are going, damn, this guy might be the next Mr. Olympia. Holy shit, we had never seen this guy so young, so massive, so huge, so hard, and then it's kind of like, all right, well, you missed a couple of Olympias. You tried to downsize a little bit to beat Sampson at the Arnold. Your legs went down. You didn't really hit the mark at New York Pro. You have these other younger guys coming up that are fucking good, like Martin. And I know if Martin beats him, I don't think it necessarily really hurts him. If Martin beats an excellent Nick Walker, I don't think that hurts him. I think that actually makes it more exciting for the sport. If they both come on, boom, like Martin comes on like he was at the Olympia, Nick comes on like he won the Arnold Classic. That's what people want to see, right? They want to see that fucking that battle. I think that would also help him. But if he's off,
you could look at it from the other side of the coin also. You could say, you know, I don't think anybody's going to be damaged who takes second place. You're talking Martin, who just took fourth in the Olympia. It's the fourth best guy in the world.
Yeah.
Against Nick, who's been, what was Nick's highest placing? Fourth or fifth?
No, I think it might have been third.
Fourth.
Oh,
Third?
third. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it was third.
But we can't call him third no more because look how long he's been going.
Yeah.
So,
things
but
change.
my point is, you're having two of the top guys in the world. None of them are going to be damaged. There's a lot of pressure on Martin also. And look, I just took fourth. They're saying I took fourth because this guy was missing. I got to prove it. I got to prove I'm still the guy that's coming up. Like, I think there's a good amount of pressure on both of them. I think they're both going to show up in tremendous shape, and hopefully the better physique wins.
Here's the thing, though, Jay. Martin already qualified for the Olympia this year,
Right.
for 2025. So that Nick's got to requalify.
Yeah, but Mark
He gonna qualify,
lose to
though.
somebody.
Oh,
Nobody
I'm
wants to
sure.
lose.
I'm sure
He
if
ain't
he
going
doesn't.
there to take second.
Yeah, I'm sure if Nick doesn't win Detroit, he'll go on to another show and win. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of shows that he could win. But then the argument comes in, well, is he the elite guy that we thought he was going to be? That's where the argument comes in. And if he comes in a distant second, or if he comes in and somebody else comes
Well,
up.
who else is there? Who else is doing it?
I don't know. It's too
And what, Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
No, Detroit or
Detroit.
Pittsburgh.
Detroit.
We got Good Vito doing. Good Vito doing.
Really?
Oh,
He's another guy that's got to put his shit together. He's
what's my
another
guy name? Oh, God, James doing. Hollis said,
Who?
Ed,
Oh,
hey,
oh,
James, Shed doing.
Toss
Yeah,
Ferrari.
that's right. Because he's good friends with
And
Fuad, so of course he's going to do his show. Yeah, yeah.
what's
Listen,
doing?
if one of those guys sneak up behind him, let's just say this: Nick's got to dominate this year. He's got to dominate this year. Okay, he's got to dominate this year. There's no
Yeah, he knows it. He
yeah,
knows it.
exactly. He knows it, and I think his crew knows it. I don't think anybody is sugarcoating anything to him. I think he knows it.
Did y'all see the interview where he said he wasn't getting up to 300 pounds this year? But yet he got up to 300 pounds, though.
302.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Then look at the one where he hitting that last spread. You can tell he bigger and he done improved.
Yeah.
Just how they showed the last spread when he was doing that. That's huge.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't saying he ain't no good market. Trust me, he ain't number 29 years old. The boy's a market. He money now.
Yeah.
It's just he can't bring that package like he did at New York and think he gonna win.
Oh no, he won't win if he bring
They
that.
do that. And they already said Martin had a chance. Martin could have placed higher than Derek at the Olympics. Now, if you saying that and you saying Nick, you know what I'm saying? Look at it. Nick ain't beat Derek. Derek beat Nick.
Yeah.
Nick got to back to cocky Nick and really put it. You know what I'm saying? He got to get out there and tell the people what he finna do.
Yeah.
That way, when you tell somebody what you finna do like that, he gonna bag it up. He got to get back to Nick.
Yeah. Now they show up both. Here's the thing. I don't think they're also too young to say that we've seen them 100% because they both still have the potential to get better. Martin gets better with every show, right? Nick could possibly be a better version of himself because he's still very young. But if both guys show up on point 100%, who wins?
Nick.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nick.
Nick wins.
Yeah.
Nick win.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. But he can't come in. I'm telling you, he can't come in like that. Like, I'm gonna do enough to win this show. Or do enough to win this show, ain't gonna beat Martin.
No, it won't.
When he diets down a little bit too hard, Jay, have you noticed when he diets down a little bit too hard, he does lose his legs a little bit, which happened at the Arnold Classic when he lost to Samson.
I mean, that could happen to anybody. Like, everybody has those areas that they hold on to that
really,
no matter how much depleting you do, it never goes away, like Bo's penis. And then you have other guys. Dude, for me, it was my arms. If I would diet down too hard or come down, it's like now I got to fill them back up. Everybody has that one area, and what was the telling factor in Nick's last show was his legs were definitely not what they now. I don't know if he was purposely trying to downsize them to not come across so blocky or look squarish, but it definitely cost him. So I don't know if that's his Achilles heel or it's just a one-time mess up. We'll see.
His Achilles heel to me is his shape.
The mid.
Yeah, that's his Achilles.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler, Brent Swan. Think about it, y'all.
Yeah,
Nick's waist is worse. That kind of shape win, man. Yeah, we can't say it like his shape gonna be the factor to throw him off.
Yeah,
because we done already seen it. We seen it from the 80s to the 90s. You know what I'm saying? To the 2000s. Now we done seen blocky shape, messed up shape win shows.
No,
what's actually crazy is rear double bicep, rear lat spread, side chest, side triceps. Nick's shape looks great.
Beast.
Yep.
But square on,
yeah,
that's where Martin beats him.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think Nick was blocky if you look. His waist looks tiny in a rear double bicep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very distracting when he turns to the front and he squares off. Now, I think he needs to hold his torso up a little higher and just elongate his frame instead of sitting down like kind of boxy looking. Yeah. And that might be stuff that he could correct with his posing, and maybe Kyle will get him on the right track with that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 of the poses, the shape looks great.
Yeah, no, you're right. His side poses are fucking just knockout shots because his Mack truck density and his when his legs are on, when he's on, it's just freaky, just freaky. You know, those shots he destroys people, and it's but it's when you have guys that have beautiful shape like Samson and Martin, and even Hottie to a certain extent. That's where that's but Hottie has a smaller a lot smaller of a waist. I'm just saying he has a better V
Hottie?
taper. You know,
Nah,
Hottie,
his waist is a little.
but not like Nick's. That's all I'm saying.
No,
Yeah.
right.
So and here's the thing. I think Nick. I don't know if you're able to correct that. So I think Nick, when he gets into these bigger shows like the Olympia and the Arnold, he wins if the other guys kind of don't bring a good package. Because you look at a guy like Samson, and I was just he looks at this point when you look him up, he looks unbeatable. You know, his everything he had to improve improved. His waist did not blow out at all, and he's fucking still over 300 pounds. And he's coming in sharp. He's going to be 300 pounds at the Arnold Classic, give or take 290.
Andrew Jack is too.
Andrew Jack is too, but the thing with Andrew Jack is he's not nearly as full and big and round as Samson.
He 3-something right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he over 20 right now.
I hope that's another guy.
Good.
That's another guy that, if he makes the proper adjustments and he makes the proper improvements, he's going to be very, very dangerous. He's another guy where like it's the reverse. He has great shape, but he's not full enough where he could dominate any show. But when he gets to the Arnold Classic or the Olympia, it's a whole different ball game because you guys got like Derek, Hottie, Samson with the shape, the size, the structure, and the conditioning. But if Andrew Jack could put on another 20 pounds of muscle, or not 10, 10 pounds
Andrew
of muscle.
Jack, I don't know if that's it. He has great shape and he has great structure. He just has shorter, like the muscle in his forearm. It attaches higher up, so you can see.
He's very lanky.
Yeah. That's a good.
The lower part of his arm is wrong.
Yeah, and it's exposed when he stands next to a Hottie or a Samson.
When guys have fuller muscle bellies, they attach high and all go all the way down to the ankle. They attach the lower part of your wrist and go up to your elbow. Like it's just a different look. Like your forearm starts down here. Like right here, as opposed to with him, it looks like it hits here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to switch hands now. I told y'all last week.
Not everybody's gonna get the workout you do.
All kinds of shit. Yeah, I can't switch hands, man. This hand is like fucking got cerebral palsy or something. I can't do anything with this one.
You got to put your arms together, dude.
At my age, I don't fuck around, dude. I just at my age, there have been times, Luke. And let me know, Dorian too. You're getting up there in age. Let me know if you could resonate with this. If you could relate to this. There have been times where I've been jerking off and I've literally stopped to go get a glass of water, and then forget that I was like totally, like, oh, I got to feed the dogs. Just totally forget, just gone, out of my head.
Oh, you just walk through the house like this.
No. I'm 48, so there's a half a hard on going. Does anybody else happen? Like like when you're alone. Like if my wife isn't home and I'm alone and I got some downtime, like let me look at some porn, and I open up the laptop, right, and I like start tugging away, and I'm like, fuck, let me go get a glass of water, Then I can let the dogs out. I got to feed them. Maybe I got to throw a load of laundry in because my wife's getting home late. And I totally forget that. I was just completely forget. I think that's what happens when you get older. You get dehydrated and you get fucking Alzheimer's.
Yeah. That's what it is. Just getting old, man.
Dorian, what about, that ever happened to you?
Dorian, tell us about your masturbation.
Or am I the only?
I've been dating a new girl.
Yeah.
She's we've been fighting a little bit today.
Yeah.
She's a little crazy. But the crazy ones are the best in bed.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Dealing with any of these problems you've been dealing with. So I can't resonate. I'm sorry. I wish I could feel you out on that level, but
well, at least you got, at least that's how, you know what it is, man. When you get married, it's just like, I call it a real relationship. I call it an adult relationship, a real relationship. You know, you're not all over each other. You got responsibilities. You got to work. She's got to work. You got other things you got to do. And then, like, you know, there's been plenty of times too where I like text my wife, right? I text her, yeah, tonight we're gonna do the right? Yeah, well, and she texts me back, oh yeah, definitely. And then it's like 9 o'clock. She don't get home, and I'm fucking shot, and she's tired, and I'm going. I hope she don't. I hope she don't remind me about those text messages. We'll pick up where we left off Sunday morning. How's that? How's that? How's that? Yeah. And the dogs don't help. Like the dogs don't help. Like, you know, the Sunday morning comes and Jolene usually hides her face and Ralphie stares at us. I just, what are you looking at? You want some too? What do you get the hell out of here? I got, what do they call the guys that like to stare? What, an exhibitionist? No.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, the exhibitionist is the guy who likes to perform, and then the guy who likes to look is called a what? There's a term for it. A fucking creep. I don't know. My dog's yeah, yeah, my dog's a creep. Anyway, I just thought I'd fill you in on my life a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
thank you. Thank you.
I got to vent. You guys are my therapy. You guys are my therapy session for the week. I got to have a therapy session with King Bo. So Dorian, tell us about this new chick. Is she a competitive athlete as well?
No, and that's part of the problem. You know,
Yeah.
it works out, but she's never competed.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything about professional bodybuilding. She doesn't know anything about running a business on her own.
Yeah.
And she gets so jealous and insecure about my Instagram stuff. She'll see a girl like my stuff, or if I like a girl's stuff, she's going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like help her understand. I'm like, this is kind of like, I'm not like hitting on these women that I'm liking. This is somebody who goes to my gym and I support what they do.
Right.
You know, and I respect what they do. And she also, since it's new to her, when she sees somebody post something showing a lot of skin, I can see the hard work, the dedication, artistic aspect of what some of these people are doing, including myself. That's not what she sees. And so she doesn't quite get it yet. So I'm trying to get her to like.
So
yeah, we're looking at two different things.
as soon as you tell me that right off the bat, I know she's very attractive. Right?
Yes.
She's very attractive. Got to be, because I speak fluent vagina. All right. So let me yeah. People don't know that, but I speak fluent vagina. Let me explain how she's processing this when you like a picture or a girl likes a picture. This is if she's a very attractive woman, no matter where she goes or what she does, guys are trying to talk to her. On Instagram, guys are liking her stuff or messaging her. When she goes to the goddamn supermarket, guys are looking at her. So in her mind, in her warped, beautiful female mind, she thinks that is an everyday practice for everybody. And that's just not so. So she's relating it to, well, why are you liking her pics? You must want to pick her up, because that's what happens to her 24/7. This is female beauty delusion. That's why it's extremely difficult to date a beautiful woman. Extremely difficult, because this is the shit that you don't understand, but this is how they process it. And then you're sitting there going, what the fuck? I'm just going to the gym. Jesus Christ. What are you going to the gym so much for? Because every time she goes to the gym, 10 guys fucking try to talk to her, you know? And it's been, and you got to understand this. She's not a new attractive girl. New attractive, what I mean by new attractive is, let's say there was a real fat chick and she lost weight and she gets like some liposuction and a stomach. What is it?
Tummy tuck.
Yeah, tummy tuck, and she gets titties. Now she's new attractive, right? So she understood, that girl innately understands what it was like to be ugly. This is all new to her. If a girl is naturally beautiful, guys have been tripping over her since she's 12 years old.
Yeah.
So it's extremely difficult. A lot of people don't realize it is extremely difficult to date a beautiful, especially American woman, because this is how they process shit. Dude. Told you.
There's a lot of accuracy there.
Fluent vagina. I speak fluent vagina. Jay, what'd you think? Come on, give me props, bro.
I don't know, dude. You know, so but this is, the good thing is, guys in their defense, like, and again, we're in an industry where, like Dorian said, there's a lot of skin and there's a lot of lack of clothing pictures and butt pictures and booty pictures are the same thing. And the posing and this and that, and you try to tell your significant other that no, it's not sex and it's not pussy, it's vagina.
Yeah.
It's vagina. So there's a difference the way you tell the story. You have to make it look like it's an art form. You're not looking at it for the same factors that other guys look at it. But
Yeah.
no, dude, it's
Yeah, and you try to explain that to them, and it goes in one ear and out the other.
I'm not against, Dorian, to be honest, dude. That's why I think my wife and I do so well, because she wasn't in the industry, and I've dated girls in the industry, and it's a lot, dude. There's a lot to unpack there. It's
and age is big too. Dorian, how old is she?
31.
Yeah. Okay. She's young.
Yeah.
She's young and she's beautiful.
but
Got your hands full, bro.
but again, it's a tough industry for somebody who doesn't know to get a grip on what's going on. This is just normal shit day to day. It's like, strippers, they have their own language, they have their own dialogue, they have their own, it's all normal to them, but somebody looks at it as like, oh, dude, they're all banging everybody, they're doing this, they're doing that, when they have their own way of life. Bodybuilders have the same thing,
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, have you asked her who has she dated before you? Or you didn't have that conversation?
Yeah. And, there's a lot of mistrust and kind of abusive relationships and stuff like that where there's been some infidelity and, she's kind of scarred by that. She's a little damaged in that way.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you date a 31-year-old beautiful woman. That's their past.
Mm-hmm.
That's their past. And it's very difficult for it is, in my opinion, it is extremely difficult for a woman to recover from things like that.
Yeah. And, I'm sure Bo knows this, Luke Mon, and even Jay. I mean, based off of the stuff that I put out there, I get certain people who are like, oh, that's impressive. I wish you would be my coach. Or,
right.
Can I train with you? Or I pick up business off of social media.
Yeah. Right.
And it's hard for me just to totally not do it.
Could you imagine being King Kamali? Do you see the girls he trains? Jesus Christ. This smoke show after smoke show after smoke show.
God bless him.
And it's a good thing that he doesn't fucking put anytime he puts new clients, not because I'm a creep, but I'm always looking to see if he tagged the girl's name. And thank God he doesn't.
Because you would cyberstalk the shit out of them.
Look, when he go to look up stuff, we can see the things that pop up on his Instagram.
Yeah.
John like this.
Yeah, there was one time he put up a girl and she put up progress pics and I messaged him. I was like, don't do anything. Just fucking tell her that she's perfect the way she is. Don't fucking just leave her. That and he didn't respond to it.
Yeah.
It's listen, it is what it is. I don't know why talking about pussy has become so I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'll be in the gym and I'll show a lot of times I go to the gym right after work, so I'll be there 3:30, 4 o'clock. So there's a lot of young guys, either from high school or college. And sometimes I'll if they're really fucking up, I'll show them, and I'll be like, hey, look, do this, and then some hot girl will walk by, and I'll look at the kid, I'm like, God damn, did you see that bitch right there? Oh, and a lot of times they'll just be like, oh, I don't know. Who the fuck raised you?
They're different.
Yeah, what happened here?
We look at the gym. Hey, might you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know what happened to this younger generation. They're almost afraid when I say it.
No, but you got the women do the same thing. You walk past them, they looking at you.
Yeah, you, Bo. Jesus Christ. Because no matter how many layers you put on,
I'd be hoodie up and everything.
no matter how many layers you put on, you prick. No pun intended. Oh, shit. All right. Did you guys start watching? Remember, we watched a show called The Penguin? Did you
Yeah.
guys
Hey,
start? Did you
yeah.
guys? Yeah, that was fucking good.
Yes.
There's another show that I love called Landman. Did you start
Watch the
watching?
series already.
Fucking
Dude,
awesome.
I
I've
love
seen
it.
a couple of them, but it's on
Paramount.
Plus,
Paramount. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have that.
What is it called?
Landman.
with
It's
Billy
the,
Bob.
same, it's the same guy who did Yellowstone,
Yellowstone. It's like a Yellowstone series.
but it's
Spin-off.
if you're a blue collar guy, Luke, like like me and you,
Yeah.
you'll appreciate it because it
Okay.
really shows how hard blue collar guys fucking work. But don't get me wrong, it's all exaggerated. But Billy Bob Thornton is fucking great in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
So
gonna check that out.
the whole show, I'm not going to give it away, right? I'm not going to say anything to give it away. But basically, they're down in I believe Texas, close to the border of Mexico, and they're drilling for oil. And he is in charge of this major oil company. John Hamm plays the billionaire owner, and Billy Bob Thornton is his right hand man. He's running shit in the field for him. Okay. And at the same time, they have to deal with the Mexican drug cartels because they want to get their drugs through the border, right? And there is constant like tension between the drug cartel, Billy Bob Thornton, the oil companies, because they're kind of getting in each other's way. And then I was like, sooner or later, we're gonna meet who the bigwig drug cartel dude is. It's gonna happen. And then the last episode, he fucking comes out, and I was like, they couldn't have picked a better guy, right, Dorian?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's the guy they got. That's fucking awesome. And even his entrance was fucking great. Like it was just fantastic.
And now I gotta watch it because
You
y'all
gotta
got
watch, dude.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
gonna watch it.
there's a lot of little things that are good too. Like he separated from his wife. Clearly, and in the show, it makes no bones about it. He's made terrible mistakes. He was an alcoholic. He clearly fell in love with the wrong woman. She's like a real fucking hooker, right? I mean, it's just clearly, and he could have been really, really wealthy, but he kind of pissed it all away. Divorced, alcoholic, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so he decides that him and his wife are going to try it again. They're going to try to do it again. And his kids come back in his life full time. And now he picks up the role as father again. So at the first episode, he's still kind of like that part-time father trying to like balance it. And his daughter is talking to him in a way where your daughter really shouldn't talk to you.
That's disturbing, dude. I saw that.
But if you go a few episodes in, oh no, he puts his fucking foot down.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. And he even gives one kid a beating.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I got to watch that then.
There's one kid that's after his wife, is after his daughter, and he catches him mid, and he fucking kicks the shit out of him. Yeah, it's good, man. You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, great episode as usual.
Yes,
what
sir.
is today's date? The 22nd.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next week is the 29th, I believe. Lee Priest will be back because he goes back to
really?
Australia on the 26th.
Nice.
Yeah, he's shot. I talked to him. He's completely spent. He's a mess.
He was shot before you left. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Mentally. Now he's physically shot too. I was talking to him the other night and asked him how he's doing because every day he's at a different gym in a different part of the UK, and he was wasted. He was drunk. He was like, "I'm 6 shots of gin in right now."
Damn.
Wow.
Anyway, all right, guys. Listen, all the love in the world and respect. I'll see you guys real soon. Later.
Later,
I'm
guys.
Yes, sir. Later.